In this video, I'll be showing you how to solve this algebra problem. So the question is, to stay healthy, it is recommended that one walks 10,000 steps per day. Hooten currently walks 5,000 steps per day. He plans to increase his number of steps per day by 220 steps each week. Which of the following represents the number of steps per day that Hooten will be taking W weeks from now? Now, this word problem is pretty wordy, and it's got some confusing elements of it. But if we just underline our important information and take out all the fluff and unneeded parts, then we'll have a better understanding of what the problem is asking us to do. So to stay healthy, it is recommended that one walks 10,000 steps. So one walks 10,000 steps. So 10,000 steps is the goal, right? So Hooten currently walks 5,000 steps per day. Hooten currently walks 5,000 steps per day. He plans to increase his number of steps per day by 220 steps each week. So this part's a little bit confusing, but what it's really asking us to do is to increase his number of steps per day by 220 steps each week. So what it's asking us is, it's informing us that each week, so it's saying that each week, Hooten will increase his daily steps by 220. Steps by 220. So each week, Hooten will increase his daily steps by 220. And every single day, it'll be that repetitive 220 added on until he reaches that goal of 10,000. So now let's take a look at our question, right? Which of the following represents the number of steps per day that Hooten will be taking W weeks from now? So represents the number of steps per day that Hooten will be taking W weeks from now. So that's our question. Now, immediately when we see W, we know that we're not going to be doing direct solving. It's going to be using a variable. So just keep that in the back of your mind and make sure that your equation and your steps to solving will always have a variable in it. In this scenario, if we take a look at the answer choices, we're not actually solving. We're just given different equations and asked which is the right one. So you've got 220 plus 5,000W, 5,000 plus 220W, 5,000 minus 200W, and 10,000 plus 220W. Now, let's just map this out in our open area. So we've got 10,000 steps. 10,000 steps this is your goal, right? But currently, he's not there yet. Hooten walks 5,000 steps. He walks 5,000 steps per day. He plans to increase his number of steps per day by 220 each week. So 220 each week, right? So 220 times W, because we don't know the number of weeks. Weeks is unknown. So weeks is unknown. And since weeks is unknown, we have to assign a variable, W. So 220 steps each week. So 220W. So you got 220W. Now, there's the second part. We've already found that our equation is going to include 220W. Now, that means we can cancel out A and C. Now, we're left with 5,000 plus 220W and 10,000 plus 220W. So now we're just trying to find the flat rate, right? So he currently walks 5,000 steps, and the goal is 10,000 steps. And this question is asking us, how many times will he have to increase by 220 steps until he reaches the goal of 10,000 steps? Right? So we can write out the equation like this. 220W plus his current rate plus his current is equal to his goal of 10,000 steps. So if I just write this out in terms of just words, or with an equation without numbers, it'll be rate of increase plus current rate is equal to the goal. So this is just showing us that we've got our different sets of the parts of the equation. We've got rate of increase, current rate, and goal. And we've set that out accordingly here. So what is our rate of increase? 220W. What is the current rate? 5,000. That is current amount of steps per day. And then goal is 10,000. In this case, we don't need this. So we don't need this part. But we do need these two. So that means our final equation is going to be 220W plus 5,000. And that will be answer choice B. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and watch out for future videos. Thank you.